All right. Hi. We actually get to play video games. What kind of a week are we having? Unbelievable. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. We're playing more Shining the Holy Ark on the Sega Saturn. Game that was originally released in 1996 in Japan. We ended up getting it in North America in 1997. For those of you who may not remember, we did end up streaming this game on my channel. I ended up stopping the streaming of it on my channel, not because I didn't like the game, but because I felt that it wasn't really fitting the flow that most games I would like to showcase on my channel having. It is a huge time commitment for each and every dungeon, something I'm certainly having to factor into my score, believe me, but it is, it's still a profoundly fun game to play. It's just that it didn't make any sense to continue to stream it, so I always dabbled with it off-stream. A lot of games just haven't been able to make it to stream, just given the type of months that I've been having. This has been a particularly awful week. Even the guaranteed day Monday, which has said nothing should ever happen on this day, I've had like 2 cancellations of. Saturday right now is the only date I can promise anybody anything, which is why my below the stream now says Saturday's Trails in the Sky, Pokemon Unbound, I don't know. Could be tomorrow, could be Monday. I really can't guarantee anything anymore. It's just that miserable of a series of months to where I can't really promise anybody any particular period of time. Just know that I will give it when I can. I want to at least play it once a week, if not more, but we'll ultimately see where we end up with that. Today, I think we have enough time to go ahead and go through Shining the Holy Ark. We have in our possession right now, if I can just get to status menu, not you. How do I find the Jin? Don't remember how you actually access who's in your Jin pool. Is it the start button? It is not the start button, that is that. It's not really the biggest deal if I can't find it. But yeah, doesn't look like I can find it. It's gotta be in the status menu somewhere, I would think, except it's not. In any event, when I was able to accidentally pull it open one time, and I guess apparently that one time, we have all but 4 Jin. All 4 can be found in the final dungeon. So we'll go ahead and go there. I did, during movie night, grind the best weapon we can get for Rhodey, which is the Kusanagi, I believe. I'll have to double check the name of it. Apparently has a random chance of casting instant death on an enemy as part of its weapon unleash. So we have that going for us now, and we'll be able to go ahead and go, we'll use it whenever we can. Running Wild Video, hope you're doing well. I have just had a bit of a slow week getting off the ground and getting anything done. I'm just happy to be playing something. I had always had this game going on in the background while everything else was going on. Holy Ark is really, really good. I really like Holy Ark. I recommend it a lot. It's a huge time commitment. And for someone who's on a time budget like me, not always the easiest game to play and touch. Part of the map is filled out because I did go in here and grind the ultimate weapon because I didn't want to do that during the stream. I didn't want to have to try to get roadies. But I really, really like it. Which I'm thankful for, because I really, really did not like 3, enough to the point where I graveyarded 3. But I really, really do like Holy Ark a lot, which I wouldn't have known. Like, first-person dungeon crawlers, who would have thought? Still haven't seen Rhodey's Unleash yet. I don't even know what it looks like. But yeah, so far I would say it's the best Saturn game I've played so far. Considering my my pool of games has been Magic Knight Rayearth, Albert Odyssey, we had Nights into Dreams, we had Shining Wisdom, Panzer Dragoon Saga. So far, it's and I guess part of Shining Force 3, at least the Disc 1, Scenario 1. That's my only knowledge base so far, and yeah, this is the best of what I've played so far. We do not want to go that way. That's the path to the chest, which we got when I gutted this place. I'm going to take the minecart. I have the Wolfgang map page pulled up for this, which unfortunately divides the maps into 2 different web pages. GameFAQs had somebody who did like really good maps along with like descriptions of like levers or things you need to do in certain dungeons. And then they stopped right at the Tower of Illusion, and I couldn't use them anymore. I'm like, why'd you quit? Your maps were good. Come back. It's been really fun. So we'll get back down to that spot. Okay, we got the, that's the insta-kill. Pretty cool. It's basically the Zantetsuken. It makes me really hungry to play Shining in the Darkness, because I haven't played Shining in the Darkness yet. But if it's, you know, if it's anywhere near like where I'm probably going to score this, I definitely have to play it. Oh, not fast enough. These guys dropped the red knife for Arthur. We thankfully already got one off stream. I did all the grinding I could ever want to do. So I got the Kusanagi, I got the red knife. Just so that I wouldn't have to go searching for it here. And usually if I go out of my way to grind like, kind of like an elite item to go, you know, just to say your file has it, that's usually a sign I'm scoring a game pretty well. Go ahead and have Melody. Yeah, that was weird. I was wondering what was going on with the noise. I'm like, is that coming from an outsider? Is that coming from the game? And I'm like, okay, thankfully it seems to be fixed now. Okay, so where are we at in the map? Let me go ahead and pull open the Wolfgang on the second page here. Item would have been in 5. I think we have... Okay, at this fork, we need to turn here to get Natasha. That should be the final succubus, as far as the Djinn that we need to collect. And then we need to get a fairy, and I think several other ones. And then we'll have maxed that out. Dead end. Yeah, we can just go this way. Doesn't look like there's any items for a bit, according to this map. Oh, I guess there really weren't. Hey, Bear Kidney, welcome. Ooh, the insta-kill. Why does the game do that in terms of the... I don't know why the noise is still lingering. That's the second time it did something like that. I'm worried if this is like getting ready to crash or something weird. Okay. Seems like as long as something else plays, it gets rid of it. But it seems like, it seems tied to the insta-kill going off, which isn't good. Because that's I wanted the item, specifically because it did that. Looks like if we go down this way, we get Incubus Boris. So we need to go this way. Nothing of note here. They're making it seem like right here? Boris and Natasha, yes. Welcome, Akenzel. It is Boris and Natasha. Moose and Squirrel. I'm sure that's not what they were called in Japan, but... 2 down. So 2 more to go. We have 38 of the 40 in the game. What happens if I keep going down this way? 3 is an elixir if I take the cart that way. It's a little bit of a complicated map. I don't care about the elixir, I'll leave it. I don't need to go that way. I do, however, care about getting Clyde up there in the corner. Is this the way to... Too slow. I couldn't tell if it was appearing or coming from underneath. Yeah, probably so, but this is clearly a Rocky and Bullwinkle reference, I agree. Lisa levels. This is like, is it just a dead-end open area? Yeah? Okay. Now I know. If I go down... Yeah, that's correct. I think there's a hole that leads to the next area. Or that leads to a preceding area. Insta-kill. Oh, okay, so that icon is just a giant rock that I can't pass. Well, at some point we have to pass it, because 7 is an elixir. Okay, this is also an elixir. Okay. Wait. I'll just have to flesh out the map, because I'm a little confused about how this is supposed to connect to anything. So this is the elixir, one of the 2. Okay, another staircase. What is this? For the minecart. I think this will take us down the other pathway. This will take us right outside the minecart, right? Yeah. So what will that do? if I go left instead of right, oh, okay, I think I get it. It's a very confusing looking map. Card Ghost. Okay, another sound audio glitch here. We bumped against the card and that new sound effect got rid of it. We'll have to remember that as new technology. Okay, so now this takes us to this side. Which I believe this is the elixir I alluded to earlier that I'm like, we can skip. Yep, there it is. So this path goes up. I think yeah. We want that. Probably going to fight another card ghost. Master Stick, welcome! Hope you're doing well. We are just wrapping up Shining the Holy Ark, final dungeon. At least the final dungeon leading into, we were told to go to Godspeak at the game. So that's ultimately where we need to end up. Okay, now we should be, according to this, if we go up, we'll be near Clyde. Here. It's called Shining the Holy Ark. It's on the Sega Saturn. It's part of the Shining series. Something that was basically born and died in the 90s. Back when games didn't, take 6 years to develop per game. To where like an entire series can be born and died in the time it takes for a new game to come out in a series now. So now we have Clyde. That is 39 of the 40 gen, with the next one likely being on the next floor. So we'll go ahead and take this over to the bottom of the map now. We should be close to done. Because the next part of the Wolfgang map says to Godspeak for the next part of the map. Completely dark, just a completely empty urn then. Insta-kill? Seems to happen pretty frequently with that weapon. No wonder the drop table is so rare with it. Okay, so now we can open up the last series of maps of the game. Pixie Baldrick is going to be... We're in the bottom left corner of this map. Oh, we're going to get it immediately. We're going to get the last... So we go up here, up. Should be right in here. And that's the last one. Let me see if I can figure out how to open the actual menu again so I can show off that I have all 40. it is not that. I don't remember how to actually show off how many of them I have. I know there was some button you could push. There they are. And as you can see, there's all 40. So we have basically max completion. So now we can just make our way to the exit here if I can figure out this map. The problem is, even though this place has upper and lower floors, they overlay them on the same map floor. We needed to pick the one that attacks the ones forward, not the one that attacks from underneath, so that was my bad. Two is a shining sword weapon. Probably the only item on this floor I want. There is a demon staff, but that's going to be a cursed weapon, and cursed items in this game suck. Like, cursed items in RPGs in general suck, but I looked at the exact math. There's like a 1/3 chance that your character, you know, is paralyzed, which already sucks. Like, they'll lose their turn. But in the event that they don't lose their turn, there is a half chance that the damage that they inflict will be reflected back. So there's just too many downsides. Way too many downsides. More than usual games in terms of equipping those types of weapons. Like any benefits you'd get from unleashes or other things are far outweighed by the detriments. So this is a minecart. Oh boy, there's so many minecart paths on this map. Let's get the cart ghost out of the way. Insta-kill. So this takes us where on the map? Oh boy. This floor is... Oh, it takes us in a stupid circle. Okay. So we need to find multiple switches then, which unfortunately are not going to show up on this map. We'll just have to find them ourselves. Good insta-kill. You don't remember Delta in Chapter 5 being like this? I was initially I was afraid that the tag was wrong, but then I'm like, no, I remember changing it. But welcome, Skelly. Yes, it's definitely not going to be Delta in Chapter 5 for a good while, unless I have some other plan for it. But thankfully I'm done with that for the foreseeable future, and a good thing too. The work schedule has been vicious this week. I wouldn't have really been able to have devoted time for decent runs if I was still trying to go for it. Yeah, every copy is personalized. I mean, 2 felt the most personalized because you got to fight your own Thrash Machine. And you got to fight with your Thrash Machine when it came to Giga Queen. I don't think you're ever going to have anything feeling quite as personalized ever again. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if I want to go for Chapter 3 right now is the big thing. Like, 5 I did because I liked 5 and I wanted to do it. 3, I neither like nor want to do. So it's kind of problematic there in both of those respects. I do think the end gauntlet is definitely interesting because you have to do rules 2, you have to do Tenna, you have to do the Knight. But Not right now. Not with my schedule the way it is, and not with me not really finding any decent reasons to want to do it right this second. Why are there so many holes in the ground? Just to slow me down? It's gonna take me down to floor 2 if I fall through those. Yeah, no, four difficulty-wise doesn't seem that bad. I don't want to sleep on Titan or anything. You know, Titan is the silent run killer. I'm trying to figure out where the levers are, because unfortunately the map doesn't show it. I will tell people that this and the last map are the only other maps of the entire game. So we should be pretty close. But yeah, it seems like a lot of people have been doing Chapter 2 again, which is like really, really exciting. It is still my favorite chapter. Even though I've never done a Snowgrave run. Well, let me be clear. I haven't no-hit Snowgrave. I stopped right after 1 and 2. Never went back and did Snowgrave. I feel like if I do any run, I probably should do that one. Just because for someone who professes to love Chapter 2 as much as I do, why haven't I done all the routes? So this is a second minecart. I wonder where this one leads. If I had to guess, it's going to be like the other minecart we did, and it's going to go to Complete Circle 2. But we'll have to see. Okay, I think that was attempting to insta-kill our party, and I'm glad it didn't work. I think Doyle's bum rush was never not going to be funny. Who is this? Oh, the enemy. It's just the minecart ghost. You know, minecarts are pretty spooky. So does this just... Okay, so this is just a room that doesn't connect to anything, and it has only a solitary urn. This is the Demon Staff, a cursed weapon which we will not be equipping, but I guess if we want to go for 100% completion, we'll get it. I've played both of those games before. Although I hadn't streamed them. If I am going to replay any Paper Mario game, I probably want to do Super Paper Mario. I've already played Origami King for max completion for a second time with the Refolded mod. I'm pretty much done with Thousand Year Door. I don't like it enough. Let me be clear. I think it's a good game, but I think when you get to the Pikmin section with the Poonies, followed immediately by the Glitz Pit, which is just like 2 hours of doing like 20 fights, which are completely unfun and uninteresting. I feel like that's the part of the game where it slogs. Once you get past that, the game gets good, but it's just like, you know it's gonna drag a Chapter 2, and you know it's gonna drag a Chapter 3 of Thousand Year Door. So I'm just like, I'd rather not do it. Why? No, all the way there? Welcome to 1997, guys. You see the nonsense I had to put up with? Alright, let's go all the way back. I think there should have been another pit immediately when I turn forward and frustratingly walk the way back that would take me to floor 1. I think that'd be even better. Yeah, no, that is really one of the best games story-wise that's come out of like any Paper Mario. Nothing's gonna compete with it. But yeah, I mean, it's clear to see where Deltarune got inspired from Super Paper Mario. There's so many things that it would have borrowed from. Spike Dragon we can thank for giving me the insta-kill weapon. It has a very, very low drop chance of dropping it, and I was grinding it during movie night. While we were watching, I was just kind of moving back and forth, not looking at the screen while fighting these guys. But other than that, I am long overdue for a Paper Mario replay, just the original Paper Mario. I've played Bug Fables already, and I max completed that twice, so I don't really need to play it a third time for any reason. Color Splash, I already 100%ed Color Splash years ago. And then I experienced it again vicariously through Alex, so I really don't have any reason to replay Color Splash either. Sticker Star, I don't hate it. I don't hate Sticker Star. I think it's fine. Yeah, I'm thinking Chapter 7, considering both routes are having to be developed, I'm thinking is probably going to be sometime, maybe I'm hoping the first half of 2029. But I'm going to be 40 by then. I don't want to be 40 when Deltarune finishes. That's not a good feeling. Yeah, I'm assuming something similar. I feel like the fun gang is just going to be called the gang. It's just, fun is gone. It's all darkness everywhere. I don't know. I don't know what story-wise is gonna be, happening. I know there's a lot story-wise I want to happen. I just don't know if it will be or not. It's also gonna be the big litmus test about whether or not Noella's gonna be controllable in any way in Castletown in Chapter 6, or if the only way to get the Thorn Ring was to abort before Birdley. But I doubt that's going to be the case. And this is a useless dead end. Why is this game wasting my time? Let's go back the other way. So we need to go this way. Yeah, so probably the top left? Yeah, just the gang. But yeah, I'm looking forward to whenever it does release. I can't believe Chapter 5 is already almost going to be 2 months old. Just a couple more days. I guess it has been that long now. Okay, so all of this for a chest. And it is a mithril ingot, which we're not going to be smithing anything more. So what am I missing? There's gotta be a lever I didn't see. So that room was the one that carted us to there. So what if we do this path? Not this one, but the other one. Okay, so this path might be the right way. But yeah, it's a shame, like, there's so many things I wanted the other chapters to do with Deltarune that they just didn't do. I wanted more party members. Just to be able to have Toby turn characters I didn't think were interesting into interesting characters. And that didn't end up happening. I wanted more dojo stuff, and not only did we patently not get more dojo stuff, but like Toby went out of his way to make jokes about like the dojo's existence. Like now it's a love dojo, and now it's been taken over with this other theme, and like literally everything but fighting. And I'm like, well, okay. Whatever, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and cast Aura. Top off our HP. Will I continue to try to look at this map and get some semblance of where we need to go? The big issue, like I said, is there's clearly a switch we need to flip with the minecart, and I just don't know where it is. Once I can figure that out, we can get to the next floor. Because there is an up arrow on the map itself, which is implying that that is the way to Godspeak. So we have to take the minecart there. Because it's part of the green path where the minecart goes. What's funny is the GameFAQs map for the person who was actually making these did indicate where things like that were. The Wolfgang is just basically they took a screen grab of whatever the in-game map is, and it's like, here you go. Along with dots and then keys indicating what the treasures are on certain parts of the map, which is nice, but couldn't you have put the levers? Like, where to go? Where to go? Chaos, welcome. We're just trying to finish up shining the Holy Ark. I've been dealing with it off-stream. Just because the game itself is just so much of a time commitment on stream to get through a dungeon that it just didn't really feel like a good game to continually stream. Right now I'm trying to locate some kind of a lever. You know, I'm actually, before I go down this path, I'm going to circle around. That part in the center that looks like a giant oval, if there is any place to put a lever, it's probably going to be in there. Oh, well, that's not bad, I guess. This is the Shining Sword. How does it compare to my Force Sword? Because I'm probably going to be inclined to keep it. It's 10 better, but we have so many unleashes with our current weapon that I don't know if it's going to be good. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll switch our equipment back to the Force Sword if this one just turns out to really suck. You've always wanted to play this one, even though you've never liked first-person games. Yeah, that's the thing. In my head, I'm like first-person dungeon crawling, being inside of a dungeon for hours, like not just like 10 or 15 minutes, but literal hours because of how long these things can be. That didn't sound good to me, but all in all, no, this has been fun. I think the animations are good. Motoi Sakuraba's compositions are really, really good. I mean, in general, his work in the Shining Force series has been good. Oh no. That's not good. Why did it crash? It crashed hard, what? Hold on a minute. 1 minute, let me see if I can figure out what the hell happened here. That's not good. That's part of the other reason you don't want it to be... I mean, the writing was on the wall whenever we had the sound glitches that were happening whenever we were fighting certain enemies. Oh, man. I don't want... That's really bad. So we lost about, I guess, 40 minutes of content. Give me 1 second to get everything pulled back up, and then I'll... Yeah, it's rough. And the sad part is I still don't know where the lever is. I still don't know. I'm still lost. So we have to recollect. We'll have to recollect the 4 Jinn that were there. I'll just run from fights. I'm going to try to save as much time as I can now. We played by the rules, and look what happened. The other thing is, it seemed like the sound glitch happened after a battle was completed and an enemy died. So I feel like if we run from enemies and like don't let them die, it shouldn't happen, question mark? I don't know, that's my hope. It does also mean that I'm not going to waste time summoning the Jinn. We'll just run. Oh, we couldn't run? Of course we can. Why would we? We want your game to brick, damn it. That's like the first run failure I've had in a while. Just because our level is just so high that we don't really have to worry about it. I fought like enough of the Hatari metal slime type enemies in this to where we aren't really gonna have to worry about EXP. And then I gained quite a number of levels just trying to farm the Kusanagi weapon. So now we're on floor 2. This one has 3 of the 4 Jinn. It shouldn't take us long to get back to where we were if we just skip these encounters. This one had the first of the 4 Jinn we need to collect. Succubus Natasha again. Then we need to go back to the other side. It's going to be down the staircase to 4. That's where we get Boris. Yeah, this way. So I don't even know if I want to get the Shining Sword anymore, because getting the Shining Sword means I have to test the Shining Sword to see if it's better, and testing the Shining Sword to see if it better means I have to take a fight, which means that if I take a fight, I might crash the game. Who knows? Okay, this is... Yeah, we need to go over here, because then... Okay, come to think of it, this floor had a lever, didn't it? That's why we knew one of the later floors would have one. Now, where did I find it? Where was it? I'm gonna have to figure out where it is to get right back to where I was. Basically anything that's just an item I don't care about. Okay, so this one had... Yes, there's the lever. And then we can warp our way back to the minecart. And then we'll fight the cart ghost. Saber, it's going fine, except I did have a crash just a couple of minutes ago, which completely crashed the game, and I lost all the progress of the stream so far. So now I'm running from everything, and I'm trying not to have the game crash on me again. But other than that, it's going fine. Holy Ark's been really, really fun. It's just it's not always been a very accessible game because of how long it is. Okay, yes, okay, I see. I forgot, this one led to another one, which then leads to the area I really care about. Yeah, I've had a couple of crashes. I've had a couple of instances where, like, Rhodey's battle pose has persisted outside of battle really, really weirdly, and I don't know why. But there's been, like, several weird little address read errors that have happened here and there, some sound glitches. Part of the problem might just be my Saturn. That's definitely a possibility. Of the different Saturns I've owned, I've had very, very few that have, well, by very, very few, I mean none, literally none, that have ever worked 100% correctly. One has something in the MPEG slot broken. One isn't able to read optical discs. The other one has power source problems. It's just like nothing... There's so many things that could just go wrong with this. The good news is I farmed the items that I wanted to farm, and so I have all of those. Oh, you did beat Trails of Cold Steel 1, and I am still slowly but surely making my way through Trails in the Sky 1. I'm liking it. I don't like the game. I don't like that there's been like literally 6 missions so far. And we're still in Chapter 1. 6 missions so far where you've had to do some sort of an escort mission. And you've had to protect somebody else. I think that's really, really terrible. Number one, it's never fun to have an escort mission where you have to keep somebody else alive. It's just never a good time. But to have it done that often, what's the reason being behind that? Why do you need that? The combat itself's fun. There's a lot of bells and whistles going on. More than I think the game realistically needs, but it's fine. It has reasonable tutorials. It's definitely super anime, but, you know, I think the emphasis on the characters works in it. Some games, like, they shove lore down your throat. That's not one of those games. It really kind of focuses on the 2 main characters pretty well. We have all 40 again. We're going to try not to crash the game. I don't know how long Trails in the Sky 1 first chapter is going to ultimately take me. I am trying to do all the side quests, because I feel like it's going to be a game that's going to score well enough for me to care. There are several games I'll pick up and play, and I'm just like, no, we're not going to do that. We don't need to. But thankfully, this isn't one of those. Or maybe I shouldn't be thankful. I don't know. Do the escort missions in style? I guess so. I'm glad we have as many. I mean, it seems like we're finally getting like the gang all together. We have like 4 playable people now. I don't know how many total party members there are going to be in the game that you have to swap between, but I'm glad we finally have 4. That's nice. So this one is the ingot. I forgot which one was what. So we don't care about this side at all because it doesn't have the lever. All I care about is where the lever is located. It's not this way. So the game's been going well, Ark Brigade. First of all, good to see you again. I know it's been a little bit since we last spoke. It's been a very, very good game, but the main reason I had to stop it is just that it was too difficult to stream. This has been like a historically busy season in terms of work. I haven't been this busy during this particular year since pre-COVID. So it's been like 5-something years since I've ever had work be like this crazy. And then I had a terrible notion in my head that I want to no-hit Chapter 5 of Deltarune. I want to do this with Deltarune. And I want to do all of these different ambitious projects. We want to do 4 days a week streaming. And yeah, none of that was... none of that was working like I wanted it to work. And so I had to kind of really cut back and compromise on what I wanted to do. And this game is extremely, extremely good, but you can have 2 hours of time and not beat a dungeon, and just not have enough time to beat anything. And so that's where it got really, really tough to justify continuing streaming it. I played it off stream, to where it like didn't matter, but I think it is really, really fun. I think it's really, really fun. I haven't played 4 in a good while. I know it's a really, really long game. Most of the Dragon Quests can be pretty long, but I know I'm overdue to replay that. I've vicariously experienced 1, 2, and 3 again through the HD, 2D, poo-poo, PP remaster games that they've made, and but I haven't, you know, replayed 4 in a good while under any other real parameters to replay it. I haven't played the original or any other re-release. First Trail, First Chapter is really, really fun. The big thing for me with modern games is, or at least games that might be re-released on a modern format, is some games get really, you know, in your face about the lore and try to shove it down your throat, or introduce so many concepts so quickly without giving you a chance to learn anything, and you just get confused and you get lost, and I throw my hands up in the air and I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't even know if I can play this anymore. Every time I naturally had a question arise, the game answered it pretty quickly. It's very straightforward. It has good fast travel. It's very focused on its main characters. I do like their dynamic. It's fun. It's pretty anime in the way that it presents a lot of its scenes, but I think it's a good game. It's coming across as such. I think it has way too many escort missions. I don't like the idea of playing a game where I have to protect NPCs, especially when they're trying to give you a tutorial about how to do this, this, and this, but you can't do this, this, and this because you have to worry about protecting this sad sap that's decided to tag along with us. But I mean, I think it's definitely a contender for a high 70 score game. It's pretty fun. You know, enough so that I'm, you know, considering doing the various side quests and other things. I like it. Yeah, I mean, the battles definitely drag. Here, they don't necessarily have to drag as much since I've done power leveling elsewhere. I can reasonably run. But when you're playing the game and you're doing the earlier dungeons, this is absolutely a game where you're expected to grind. You are just not going to naturally have enough money to buy what you need to buy, and you need to be, by the time you go in the sewer dungeon underneath Castle Endrich, that's when the enemies, like almost every regular enemy in that dungeon, is going to outright kill you. They're going to do moves that hit multiple party members at a time, and you're only going to have a way to heal one party member each. So you basically just have to out-level that nonsense. There's no real way to win unless you get past the level that they're gatekeeping you at. It's just that kind of a vicious game. Oh, really? Yeah, I mean, I I don't know. I felt like Shining Force was always a series that was like, it never took itself too seriously. You didn't even have to be in a strategy RPG mood to play it. It was just something that was easy enough to just pick up and play. And you didn't have to worry about agility, you didn't have to worry about movement. There's a lot of things you didn't have to care about. But then Shining Force 3 is like, we're going to be really serious in tone. We're going to introduce all of these characters, all of this lore, all of this everything. And we're going to have this 3D cone-shaped movement so that it's very unclear how far you can walk and how far enemies can walk. And it's like, I can hand-wave a lot when it comes to like tactics, but if I can't even deduce how far I am from an enemy, can I attack an enemy, can an enemy attack me, then we've really lost something important in the grand formula. And 3 was like the only Shining game that I've played that I'm like, this is just not a good game. Every other Shining Force game I've liked or respected in some way. 3 I don't. I really don't. And it's a shame because you have no idea how hard I worked to get that game running. Like how many things I had to do with Satiator, with Kai, with the different RAM cards I had to buy, with all of the different things I had to do to bypass the optical drive. It was a huge endeavor, and I hated it. Which is a shame. I don't know, would I have liked it more if I didn't have to go through all of that nonsense to get it up and working? Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to really know one way or the other. But yeah, I don't know if at any point when things slowed down, would I like to see what the other maps had to offer in 3? Sure. But the fact that it's twice as long as pretty much any other Shining game, and almost any other Shining game is going to be like 30 points higher in its score, there's a good argument to be made, like, you can just play 2 other Shining Force games that are better, rather than playing this one that you're slogging through. Those are my hot takes about Shining Force 3. Apologies for people that are fans of it. I'm not gonna dish your taste in games. It's just like, tonally it just didn't work. It kind of really sucked me out. Thank you for the getting my tail up. Redeem. Okay, we made it to the final dungeon screen. So let me take a look. We have an evil orb, a force shield, elixir, and goddess tier. I want the force shield. That sounds good. Wait. Oh, okay, I think something will happen once I approach this. Okay, now it opens up. Thank you for the hydrate. You spent the first 45 minutes only killing 4 enemies. That's terrible. That's really bad. I know the start of that is is quite slow. At least the start of Shining Force 3. I can't speak to scenarios 2 or the other ones. I'm definitely still playing the other Shining Force games. Don't get me wrong. I'm not turned off from playing the series just because I had one bad apple in the bunch. Yeah, I just wish I had a better sense of what's happening. You know, because I feel like there were so many other games that I played on the Saturn that understood tactically what to do, or just 3D games in general. Guardian War understood what to do with navigating 3D terrain. Mystaria understood what to do, like with clearly delineated, steps that you would be able to take. I don't know what the difficulty here was with Shining Force 3 being able to get the memo. This is an elixir. It shouldn't be. According to this map, this should be a force shield. Okay. Well, this person needs to go back to map school. They lied to me. Well then, this says it's an evil orb. Should I believe them? Do I accuse them of lying? No. So Skelly, funny story. I didn't used to have a cooldown timer on that until Sean redeemed it like 8 times in succession. And so, ever since then, There's been a cooldown timer for that. Yeah, the 2D Shining Force games are great. Okay, I don't know where the shield is. According to this game, there should be a shield right here on the ground, or at least this map. Okay, well, you know what? I don't want the evil orb anyway. It's pretty evil and terrible, I'm sure. Oh my, I used to drink so much more water than I do now. Back during the pre-pandemic days when I was doing hot yoga, it was not uncommon for me to drink about like 1.5 gallons of water. And it was pretty easy to measure. I had like a gallon jug that looked like a moonshine jug. It basically is a moonshine jug. Like, you can fill it with moonshine. And like, everybody would make jokes about that. Everybody would make jokes about that. Yeah, so I just didn't want to, overhydrate. So I'm just like, we're going to have a cooldown. At least on those sorts of things. Okay, so it looks like when we get to the top part of this map, that's going to be it for whatever this is. So this is the force shield. So this person swapped item 3 and item 4 on their guide. Which is basically what that means. So let's go ahead. I think Akane got it. Shield and breath defense up. Arthur's the only one who can use it. We're gonna lose 8 attack, though. It seems like the trade-off's really good, though. And I don't care about the other stuff. Goddess tier, evil orb. But let me make sure everybody's inventory is pretty evenly distributed when it comes to, like, elixirs and stuff. So, Arthur... Why is your MP so low? Did we not rest at the inn? I must not have rested at the inn. That's fine. It's whatever. I don't think it's going to come into play that much. So we have Light of Hope, fully restore everybody's MP. We'll swap it with the elixir with the Demon Claw. We're going to have to swap Basso out. Although, let's use the Brave Apples. Alright, how do you like them apples? Level up. And I think we have one more in somebody else's inventory. In my defense, I said I think. So I'm wrong. We need to tactically swap. So we're going to go ahead and go into our reserve team. We're going to go ahead and take Basso out. We're going to put Lisa in because we need... Oh, and she doesn't have full MP either. What is this motley bunch doing? So nobody's prepared. Let's go ahead and we'll use one of our many elixirs then. It didn't work. Oh, elixir. Oh, elixir's HP. So I guess I'll have to bite the bullet and use the item that fully restores everybody's MP then. Okay, that's fine, I guess. I don't know how much HP the final boss could have. We have a Holy Rain item. We have a lot of different ways to heal. Life Candle. We'll use the Goddess... Let's just go ahead and use the Goddess Tears. And then use this on Arthur. And Doyle doesn't need any. He has no MP. It is interesting that the Brave Apple, in addition to leveling up the person, gives them the EXP to get to the next level. So it does two different things. That's why his EXP is over 1 million. Okay. I think we are as ready as we can be. Okay. Stop right there. You've broken the mystic barrier. I've underestimated you. We're so close. Go now, Panzer. I should be enough to take care of these fools. Relics, can you handle them alone? Let me go ahead and try to add an offset to my microphone and camera. I'm going way too far ahead of the game. 1 second. I'm going to be desynced for a little bit. Go ahead and offset my mic by 1000. So I'm going to be desynced from the camera for a moment. But I think I'm talking a little too ahead. And then camera, filter. Oh, I need to delay at 1500, not 1000. 1 second. I'm still going to be desynced for a little bit. 500. Okay. Let's go ahead and do that. Of course, if you stay and fight alongside me, I'll feel stronger, but you're needed elsewhere. I'll be okay. Since you have come this far, you must have seen and defeated these before. But are you prepared to battle several at once? I call on you now, my evil servants. We're fighting Pippus. If Panzer is busy, can I help you? Is talking with the mouth. Am I still desynced? Hold on. That's pretty easy to check. Let me load my stream on my other computer. Because there might be a little bit of a delay. Okay, no, it looks like it's synced up now according to what I'm seeing on my other computer. It's just that it wasn't initially. Elise, you... Please don't misunderstand me, Relax. I just want to help. Elise, what is this? Oh no, evil people betraying evil people? Doing evil? Don't worry, Relix, look. I did always like the cinematography of this game because you wouldn't expect it in a first-person or dungeon crawler to do it. That's brilliant, Elise. Well, you've seen what I can do. It's your turn, Relix. So we have 2 of the evil vampires, and then this. No doubt we can defeat them with this. Let's show them the power of the Vandals. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and go right into... We could do Inferno Magic. Do I really? I mean, that costs so much MP. I think we'll be fine using Spark. Decreases enemy magic damage. I have a feeling they're going to use magic. Don't ask me how I know. We'll cast that on our party. Now, does our insta-kill weapon work on these guys? Assuming we can get it to actually land. I put in Lisa. I meant to put in Melody. Lisa doesn't even have updated equipment. This is really bad, actually. I confused the two characters. Oh, Power Hell Blast is basically like getting a critical spell cast. But thankfully, we cast the support magic. Crystal Laser. Ooh, joy. Oh, man. In the hundreds, huh? Increased enemy's breath damage. I don't know if it counts as breath. We're gonna hold off on using Aura if we can. Vampires seem to have a lot of health. Lisa, of course, is taking a ton of damage because she does not have updated equipment. They're all attacking her. Oh, so he... Okay, and Lisa's poison. I think it's time we bust out Aura. Okay, we beat the evil vampire company enemy. Now, of course, she's still gonna get the poison and take... Oh, it takes 100 damage per poison? I didn't realize it did like 1/5 of the HP. If it was Melody, Melody would have antidote. I don't know if Lisa does. Okay, she does. Oh, it can insta-kill them. I didn't think that would work on like add-ons in a boss fight. I thought there'd be like some sort of protection for that. This weapon's insane. Okay, so 2 turns, both really wasted on buffing. Okay, so it blocked the insta-kill, but the critical animation still played out. So it works on the add-ons, just not the boss itself. I suppose that's kind of what I would expect. This may or may not be bad for Lisa. Because in casting support, it increases agility of the enemy. And I don't know if she's going to be faster with her aura. But we'll find out. We really want to insta-kill him and he's just too immune. Okay, we were fast enough. Okay, the poison didn't work. Now there's gotta be a boss, there's gotta be bosses beyond even this. This doesn't feel like the final fight. So I'm wondering if I'm gonna be thrown right into the next one or if I can take Lisa out. Because Lisa was a mistake. I wanted Melody. His evasion's insane. Okay, that should paralyze unless he's immune to it. He is immune to it. It's a bit of a rare critical power attack for him to get. The allies that we have tend to have anywhere between 4 to 5 different critical animations they can have. And there's also an extra one if their weapon allows for it. So we got one that does low damage but paralyzes if it lands, but he's immune, so it didn't do anything. Okay, we beat him while Roby's still poisoned. Lisa leveled up. Relix has been defeated. We'll be able to open the Ark very soon. Once the Holy Ark is opened, the evil will be released. Our revenge will be complete. Unfortunately, Relix will not be here to witness it. If there is no one left to fight the do-gooders, there's no point in my continuing. Are you giving up, Panzer? What? Elise, why are you still here? I thought you didn't give a damn about the 1,000-year kingdom. Why are you still here? I didn't before. Before my sister failed and was killed right in front of me. I'll not stand by and see all the Vandals destroyed. If you won't stand by, then what will you do? If my sister's last wish was to open the Holy Ark, I'll help you. What is it? I don't know. I feel like that was... They could have translated that a different way. They could have like, what's going on? I won't let you go any further than that, Elise. Golem, why are you interfering? It's a good thing there are all these convenient rocks for people to teleport on. It's like, just saying, it's really helpful. I understand how you feel, but if you get involved now, the result is obvious. I regret hearing the news about Relix. I sympathize with you. What are you talking about? Do you think I'm upset over Relix's death? Not upset. Then why help Panzer? It's not like you. What about helping an old lover? Actually, I just want to make them suffer and enjoy myself in the process. What are you doing here, Golem? And nice to see you again too, Panzer. If you're here to stop us, it looks like you're too late. You may have opened the Holy Ark a little, but only a small fraction of evil has been released. Reviving the 1,000-year kingdom will not be that easy. Don't be so sure. Neither should you be. Golem, you said you wouldn't help us, but you also said you wouldn't interfere with our plans either, didn't you? You are right, I'll keep my word. Then, let me show you. Why are you so arrogant? If you know everything, then show me what you've learned. Show him. I am worried about us going straight into another encounter, not only with me having the wrong party member in, with underwhelming equipment, but also a poisoned party member that actually has low health. Watch this. Witness the greatest moment in Vandal history. Witness as I call him the Master of Evil. Take me. What a fool. Panzer, what are you doing? Okay, well, this is not great at all. Okay, so, I want to heal, but I'm poisoned, so I'll take 100 damage every round. So let's see here. What do we want to do? Don't know what they're going to use. We have raise. I'd rather not have to rely on that. We have slow, but there's no guarantee it will work on them. They may even shrug it off. The only person whose HP I'm worried about is Rhodey's. So I'll elixir. The problem is Rhodey's automatically. And actually, Rhodey should be faster than Arthur. So Rhodey's gonna do something stupid, take 100 damage. Then the elixir should go off. If the elixir goes off with Arthur and then I take 100 damage, I'm gonna be upset. It's not great. We'll have to antidote. Terrible way to start my first turn. And then I guess you can fight the evil body. I wonder if they are able to be insta-killed. My hope is yes. My elixir went first. Slowest ninja ever. Thank you for the good luck. Also, they are stupidly fast. Okay, they're buffing the enemy, which is fine. Has Lisa gone yet? Okay, I think she went. She went before all of this nonsense happened, which is nice. We'll go ahead and Aura. I feel like I have to take care of the evil bodies first because they're just going to keep doing annoying buffs. We can't have them doing that the entire fight. Probably should have just gone with Aura 3, quite honestly. We wasted 10 MP for no reason. So Breath Attack. Pretty weak. Gets another round. Power Blaze? Yeah, all of them get to go twice. Damage to Lisa. Let's go Aura. R3 is. It's like the pricing of like a medium drink being like $2.79, a large 2.99. Because it's 15 to do 3, but 20 to do 4. I basically have to. I thought 3 was 10. That one can paralyze, but it's probably not going to work on him. Oh, it did work! So, we'll have 2 less actions from that one. Well, I'm glad it's going before Lisa's spell, because Lisa's spell will be a full heal. Oh, he's faster than Lisa! Okay. Their second turn is probably going to go right after this, but that was a little bit of a scary moment. If it was Melody, Melody would absolutely be faster, which is why I don't want Lisa. Lisa's basically a bulky paladin that has access to some magic spells, so she's going to be slow. She's not going to be a fast healer, that's for sure. I'm surprised these enemies are still here. Okay, we double paralyze them. Soul Steel level 2 is an insta-kill. It didn't work. Oh, it hits everyone? Okay, it didn't work on anybody. I was just thinking it was like a stronger shot to work on one person. It hit Doyle, which was honestly the best target. We're getting close to where I'm going to have to do a heal of the MP. I'll have to use that item that maxes out everybody's MP. I will go ahead and use Inferno. Since we are going to be ready to use the full MP heal anyway, we might as well go nuts. We'll do level 3, why not? I targeted the wrong guy. I targeted the boss, which is good, but I'd rather... Okay, he finally defeated one of the two ads. Be in pretty good shape then for the rest of the fight. We'll go ahead and use one more Inferno. We'll go ahead and use a Aura 3. We'll have to get ready to heal the MPUs with our next turn though. Okay, he is immune to insta-kill, that's fine. Scorching Hot Air is still fine. It doesn't do a lot of damage compared to the Chaotic Blizzard. Oh, it decreases speed though. It only decreased Doyle's, which is fine. It'd be problematic if it decreased Elisa's speed. Item... Let's go ahead and use the Light of Hope. Evil Feeling? What is that? Okay, well it didn't do any secondary effect. It's the first time any of them did that as an attack. Chaotic Blizzard, like, its animation's insane. Like, all of the different demons that are flying up and everything going down in the background. Lisa's doing completely well, pretty well, despite being in the party completely by accident, with me mixing up Melody and her. So Soul Steel level 2. Okay. Thunderstorm? I thought it said it summoned a Thunderstorm. It said a Thunder Punch. This evil body should be close to dead. not be surprised if this is the last round that the supporting ally will live. Now the question is something insane going to happen like the boss reviving them? But I somehow don't think that's going to happen. Okay, he's gone, so now we can just focus on the boss. I just wanted to save Lisa's MP. Didn't want to waste it on an early aura, because I don't have any other way to heal MP right now. So my hope is that we can get rid of all of the MP, or get rid of all of his HP, before we lose this war of attrition. So still level 2. Okay, still failed. Okay, paralysis resistant, understandable. Now we can go ahead and aura again. There better not be another phase after this. I know Shining Force is a game, you know, the Shining Force is a series that's pretty famous for having multiple phase final fights. Wouldn't shock me if there's another one, but I'm hoping Relix and then going into this is enough. We've been lucky in that nobody's died the 4 times he's used the insta-kill. I understand they have to keep the odds low, otherwise it'd be like too stupid. But I'm always afraid every time it pops up. Can't have much left. Only Doyle keeps losing speed. Okay, so we're gonna have to use another aura. Our HP, not our HP, our MP is gonna have to drop under. MP is gonna drop under 100. We do have a healing rain, basically to use in place of aura if it comes down to it. But okay, never mind. You've done it, Arthur. You've stopped the Vandals' plans. Now we can return to the ship with the Holy Ark. When we possessed you, we were contaminated with the evil. Another ship will be coming soon to retrieve us and the Ark, and to cleanse you of this evil. We don't have much time, so please bear with us. We must restart the Ark that stopped functioning due to the shock caused by the accident. It's very dangerous to be around the Ark when it starts up. Please stand back. Did everything go as you planned, Galm? I'm not quite sure. I did not anticipate 2 of the 3 spirits would separate from their hosts. But one of them stayed behind and therefore will disrupt the balance. That should be good enough to finally know what the Creator's plan is, isn't it? Yes, but we paid a very high price to find out what the Creator intended when he brought the spirits to Earth. The corrupted kingdom was destroyed 1,000 years ago, and now the spirits have returned. What does the Creator want? Even if only select individuals are given the spirits' power, they might abuse it. I'm afraid that people are born with an innate desire for power. Could the Creator have planned this? Can they really use this power for peace? I help them just to find the answers to this. Let them show us, Elise, whether they become our adversaries as innovators, or they become our brothers as vandals. At least we will know. Let's go. If we stay any longer, we'll be absorbed by the Holy Ark. Then we won't be able to return to Earth. As usual, he certainly does what he damn well pleases. So now do you understand Galm's plan? Unfortunately, we don't know whose spirit remains and whose is gone. Finding out will be part of the fun. See you again soon, whichever of you is the innovator. We must hurry. The ship has landed, and we must increase the power of the Ark. We'll never forget our journey with you. Goodbye and take care of yourselves. Arthur and the others have escaped from the mine. They went to Enriched Castle and reported the results of the battle. Each of them received a large reward and compensation for their accomplishments. Thereafter, they returned to town to relax and toast each other over several drinks. Arthur left before the others and returned to the throne room alone. Oh, they wanted my input. I thought it was auto-playing. We heard that you wish to speak to us. You must be tired. What is it? Are you saying you wish to turn down the king's offer and leave enriched? Yes, I thought you might leave. You seem to have made up your mind. We offered you the position of defense minister because we have confidence in you and need your skills. It is a handsome offer, no? I mean, I can't say no, right? No. Are you saying that you're better off being a mercenary and value your freedom more? I envy you, your youth that allows you to say that. Will nothing change your mind about leaving enrich? Well then, I guess it's useless to try to stop you, so I won't say anything more. Just... when you get tired of roaming around and need a place to settle down, remember that enrich will always welcome you. If you remember the king's kindness, you may return. Take care of yourself. Well then, I guess it's useless to try to stop you, so I won't say anything more. Okay, let's get a repeat. Okay. I'm gonna moonwalk out of here. I'm so awesome I can open the door backwards while moonwalking. It's incredible. Alright, we're gonna leave. I don't know where I'm going. But we will leave. Am I able to save? We could feel power emanating from Godspeak. We knew there was a terrible battle last night. The thought of having that kind of battle in a town makes me shudder. I'm glad that you won the battle. Okay, so you can't save anymore, which is understandable. I guess do we just leave and then the credits roll? Where's end credits? Roadie, rockin' everywhere? Wait, why can't we talk? Oh, there we go. I was about to say, why can't we talk to Rhodey? I'm cooling off because I felt things were too hot over there. They're all in there waiting for you. Girl from the inn. Okay, so everybody's here, so I'll talk to Fort. Although I received reward from the king, I agreed to travel with you to fulfill my own purposes. Now that our common task is done, I intend to go my own way. Our time was well spent, but I believe the score is even now. Funny how things work out. I was just in this so I could fight alongside my boss. And now look, we're heroes. For someone brought up as a ninja, this being in the spotlight business is a bit overwhelming. What? Where'd boss go? He probably feels the same way as I do and took off somewhere. I think I'm finally content for the first time now that everything has been solved. By the way, what's with you and Rhodey? You both look upset. Why? We defeated the vandals that have been offered a place as officers in the army. You should be more cheerful. I didn't see you around for a while. Where did you go? I guess you'll be leaving pretty soon, and I wanted to say goodbye before we left. Looking back, it turns out that all of us were dancing to Sabato the Sage's tune. Well, I'm glad we met. I had wanted to ask you if you wanted to join us, but good luck, Sir Knight. We had a very strange meeting, didn't we? Very funny, I think. Do you remember the incident in Desire Village? I wonder what would have happened if we had fought at that time. Neither Lisa nor I want to join this country's army, as officers or otherwise. We have our own destiny, so we have no intention of accepting the offer. But it's a great chance for you, I say. Congratulations. What are you going to do, Arthur? You are planning on leaving Enrich now, aren't you? I've spent a long time with you. I know exactly how you feel. Even now, I'm still concerned that we don't know whose spirit remains, but I'm sure we'll find out regardless in the future. Do you have a plan? No plan? I thought as much, but you're still going? Okay, take care of yourself. The whole town is celebrating now that peace has been restored. That's why I'm guarding the town like this. What's... How do I end credit? The guide just says, congratulations, you won the game, I'm so happy for you. And I'm like, thank you, guide. It's very sweet of you. But now, how do I actually get to the end credits? Let me see. I have to see if there's yet another guide I can reference as to like how to actually beat the game fully. This one also doesn't have anything after the final battle. So do you just like chill in town like and not leave? This one also doesn't mention anything after the final boss. Maybe I'm just dumb. Am I meant to go back and accept the king's offer? That doesn't really seem... Okay, so he still says the same thing. Tell you, Arthur, do you like my daughter? Oh yeah, you like her? Hey, asked Arthur. He says he likes you. Why don't you say hello? Hi, Arthur. I trust you're enjoying yourself. Please let me dance for you. She's a good girl with a good head on her shoulders. Please remember her even after you become a knight, okay? Hey, Arthur, where have you been? Everyone's waiting for you. They say it's a celebration, so they want a party. Well, then do it. I'm not stopping you. Just do something. I have missed many chances to leave Enrich because of the many weird things that have happened lately. Well, I think I'm finally going to be moving on now. Oh, okay, so Akane. I guess there was someone missing in there, wasn't there? Oh, it's you. How embarrassing. I didn't want you to see me like this. I'm sorry. I'm fine now. You came to bring me back to the others, didn't you? Thank you. Let me tell you something. My name is an Asian name. I don't know why, but my dad named me that. That's it? Okay. I thought you were going to tell me more about your dad. You know, with Panzer's End being so... I don't feel like celebrating right now. So could you let me be alone for a while, please? Okay, I'm free. Arthur, what happened? Oh, you want to get some fresh air because the whole town is getting too carried away, eh? But today, you're not coming back, are you? On a peaceful, happy day like this, status and farewell are mixed. I've heard this from the priest before. It looks like you have something in mind. I wish you wouldn't leave, but I think I understand. Good luck. Goodbye. Remember to return if it gets dark. Before it gets dark. And don't forget, we're waiting for you. Take Olive and Rich in. That's it. We finally made it! Shining the Holy Ark. Final score for it's going to be an 82. I do think it is a must-play game. I'm surprised because I never really had a whole lot of experience with first-person dungeon crawlers growing up. I think the big thing for me, more than anything else, is getting lost. That is the big thing about first-person dungeon crawlers is a lot of times they just end up devolving into mazes, and you just end up getting so lost, so frustrated, so out of resources and out of time and out of patience that I fear that this game would not be accommodating or something I'd be into. And especially during the initial parts of me playing this game, where it looked like these dungeons were insanely long. And that was a trend that persisted throughout the entirety of the game. All the dungeons really required, except with the exception of the last one where you could run away from encounters a lot more. They generally seem to really require at least an hour and a half to 2 hours of like solid work to be able to get through the dungeons. And, that's including time you might have to egress out to save your progress, go back to town, heal, sell some additional things, buy some additional things, just to be able to lock in certain progress. But the game's difficulty, I think, helps. It kind of helps draw all of it together and makes the game's economy really, really work. There's a lot of different items with a lot of different stat benefits. It's worth it to get it from the very first fight you do in the game with Rhodey to everything else. The game kind of is telling you pretty subtly they're not messing around. So by the time you get to Enriched Basement, where the game's really not messing around anymore and fully takes the gloves off, you know that this is a game you just have to fight and grind and be ready for. And I was fine with it. The enemies dropped a lot of useful items. Some dropped future town equipment that was ended up being useful. In the case of the final dungeon, it dropped endgame equipment, some of the best stuff that was in the game for Arthur, one of Rhodey's best weapons. And it made it easier to be able to just be able to sell those items, be able to buy other items. So it was an economy that worked. I felt if the game was too easy, too monotonous, too mind-numbingly stupid, I don't think I would have stuck with it. But I think all of the elements here really, really worked. I like the cinematography, which is kind of an odd thing to say, especially in a first-person game, but they messed a lot with perspectives, with a character standing up, then like falling down a pit and like watching everything sink, characters coming out from the background to the foreground, camera rotations. Like when the game started, it messed with a lot of different like art directions and styles, and I thought it was really, really interesting. As far as like why I can't give it higher than an 82, I really think it just comes down to overall length and flow. I think this is a game that really does kind of stagnate at times. You can only put so much effort in, and then you have to stop, because any further effort is not going to yield any fruit. You know you're going to have to give an hour and a half to 2 hours to get through a dungeon. So once you get through a certain point of time, there's like no point in playing anymore. And so you naturally hit a stopping point, whether you're ready for it or not, just because you know that you just really can't do anything with any small increments of time. You really have to have a large bunch of it. But overall, really fun game. The best I've played on the Saturn so far. Granted, I need to play a lot more Saturn games. That is the plan, is to eventually slowly but surely play more games. But the Holy Ark was fun. I like the fact that you can see the precursors to Golden Sun in here. You could see like all the different criticals, weapon unleashes, and all the different things in action in Holy Ark. And it was really, really fun getting your technique level up to see like all the different criticals your characters can do, and what one piece of equipment special animation was going to be in battle compared to another. That was like super cool. It made it really heavily an incentive to go farm the dropped items from certain enemies, buy all of the special weapons from stores. It was just a really fun time. Um, we still have Beyond the Beyond to play on the PS1, which is another game that, again, I believe Motoi Sakuraba also composed for, and is also going to probably heavily remind me of Golden Sun because it's going to be with Camelot and everything else. I don't know when we're going to get to that. I know the reviews for that are overwhelmingly more mixed than they were for Shining the Holy Ark. I think Shining the Holy Ark, for the most part, is looked at pretty favorably from what I've seen, and I echo that. But Beyond the Beyond is not. I think Beyond the Beyond is probably stuck in the 6s out of 10s for a number of individuals, maybe low 7s. I don't know where it's going to be at for me, but I do look forward to eventually touching it. But we are done with the Holy Ark. Thanks everybody for stopping by and keeping me company for shining the Holy Ark. I think the plan here is going to be to return to Pokemon Unbound tomorrow. I should have more time because I won't have any other hearings for the rest of the week. I don't have any other arguments for the rest of the week. And Friday, I don't have any appointments other than a 2 o'clock attorney meeting. So I should have no problems or boundaries whatsoever for being able to stream a healthy amount on Thursday. But for now, that's going to do it. I'll go ahead and conclude things for the day. Thanks everyone for stopping by, and have a wonderful night.